Mike Tomlin talked about that Browns defensive front seven.
On the defensive side of the ball, they've been a top-notch four-down group in terms of personnel. They went out and hired a veteran four-down personnel expert in Jim Schwartz. Man, I've known him for a long time. He fits them. They fit him. They get after people with that front four. They picked up Za'Darius Smith to partner with Myles Garrett. They always got a top-notch partner for Myles Garrett. A number of years ago it was Olivier Vernon. Most recently it was Clowney, and now it's Za'Darius. We respect Za'Darius. We know him, obviously, from being in this division. He's a dominant run-down player. He's also adept at passing, rushing the passer. He's a guy that's an outside-inside guy. They'll move him around. They'll move 95 around. It'll be difficult to nail down where they are and work to minimize them from a protection standpoint. They got some front flexibility that aids them in that regard. They got good second-level linebacker play. They got some continuity there. They got Wu, who they drafted out of Notre Dame, man, who is a sideline-to-sideline tackler, man. He covers a lot of ground.
And again, Jeff, he knows what's coming. I expect them to try to run the ball if they can, because I don't think you can't put the ball in Kenny Pickett's hands and say, go beat this team, because you're going to lose.
But you're going to rely on their offensive line playing better than the Browns' defensive line. If you look at the numbers from last week, Cincinnati didn't run the ball. You take out that one run that Joe Mixon had, I think it was 22, 23 yards. Then you go and basically take that out and look at the average from there. And Cincinnati didn't run the ball. Pittsburgh wasn't able to run the ball against San Francisco. But that's also, a lot of this is also game dictated. So if, Cleveland's able to score on a couple of drives, that's great if you want to try to run it and save your quarterback who's not performing at the level you're hoping for him to perform at. But we know, this is the whole reason now that the Browns offense is where it's at. It's really, really hard in this day and age in the NFL to be a team that runs the ball better than you throw the ball. It just makes the drives go too long. You end up, tiring out your running back, so you don't have sustainability for an entire season. It's not the recipe that works in the modern day NFL. You can try it for 1 week, but also, what does that truly say for Pittsburgh? Is we're going to hopefully try to keep this game close, by running the ball. If you think Kenny Pickett's your guy, Kenny Pickett at some point or another, he can't hide forever. He's going to have to go out and use his arm and win you ball games.
Yeah, the other thing is, so with Johnson out, Pickens is the main threat. Who do you think the Browns match up with him defensively? I have a guy in mind.
Oh, it's going to be 23. It's going to be MJ Emerson. And look, Emerson is here for these type of guys. Obviously, T. Higgins. He's obviously here for Pickens. He's here for the bigger wide receiver of the group. And he's got the length. He's got the nastiness. And this is the thing that kind of, it's tough about an effort like Sunday is not everybody's going to get talked about. Everybody on the Browns defense played well Sunday. Everybody. But some guys, you just can't sit down and, look, my show, I have to be a half an hour every single day or less. So I can't sit down and give you 5 minutes on every player that deserves to be spoken of. But Martin Emerson, this is why he's here. Denzel is great at what he does. We know where Geno is going to be. And look, I think he's found his peace with it. And I think now that he's more comfortable with it. And I think now that he realizes that Jim Schwartz is going to be a key for this team winning, I don't think Greg Newsome really cares where he plays. He just wants to be on the field. But Martin Emerson on that outside for these bigger wide receivers, this is why he's here in Cleveland.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what I thought as well. And I think he's got the demeanor and the game that will frustrate Pickens against the Browns on Monday night.